You crocheting yourself some new pants.
Yeah.
Welcome back. Welcome back to SV Blown Away, where the winter boat jobs continue. We are Natalie and Ian, and together we live a life less ordinary. And that is so weird not including Nelson in that intro. So what are we going to start doing? What work are we going to start cracking on with, Nat?
Well, I'm cracking on with getting myself fit because after a lot of stress at the end of last year, things went a bit AWOL as far as health and fitness is concerned. So that's my main target. But Ian today is about to start sorting out the cabin.
Yes, many of you probably don't know that we have a cabin because you've never seen it, but we do have a cabin. I'll show you. Yes, it is a small cabin. It's a single, really. It's a captain's cabin.
Yeah.
Not Captain S's cabin. I don't think the galley crew is supposed to be in here.
No, for sure.
Yes, no galley crew allowed in here. No space. Better go on with some work, I suppose. Our plan is to revinyl this cabin and revarnish it. Just give it a bit of a spruce up, really, and then pile all the stuff back in here.
Yeah.
Nothing really changes. Yeah. Oh look, big fish.
Fish cardboard box.
And me on a motorbike.
Our dive gear storage.
Yes, dive gear.
Bicycles.
Fans, books. It's very compact and bijou, I think is the technical term, Natalie, don't you?
Yes, definitely.
There's another job in the making. Now you've ruined the surprise. We've got an inverter. So what we're going to do, because we've got rolls of this vinyl left over from doing the upper saloon, we don't actually need to do in here, but I think it could do with freshening up because there is some damage on these bulkhead panels. So we're going to get rid of this simply by using it in the cabin.
All vinyl.
Yeah, this will be right. That's usable.
More ancient charts. Wrapping paper.
I think what we'll do, we'll get. Oh, I was looking for that the other week. This is our Goal Zero's solar panel.
Yeah.
Again, stuff that we're not using, we'll either give it away or we'll get a shot of it.
Okay.
The iridium sat phone can go on charge as well. Got some life back in that battery because we haven't used it since the Bond movie. That is my dad's certificates.
Okay. 6th edition. That's mine. Those are mine. Mine. Okay, give all these away.
No, they're essential.
Okay.
Do you know why I haven't played any of these games in donkey's years?
Yeah. Oh, hang on.
Might find some clues in amongst this as to where we're going. Maybe. I just love redecorating the boat. 2011, the Welsh 2-day, came 27th out of 200 in the veteran class. Old people. You can see it was okay. It wasn't in bad condition, but we've got a whole roll. Oh, sorry, we've got a partial roll of the white vinyl left, which we've done the rest of the boat with. So rather than throw that away, we'll do this cabin. What's happening in here?
The correct PPE?
No, we don't have the correct PPE. We have a tissue. Just shove a tissue up your nose. So we don't have the correct respirators or anything to clean that up with paint thinners whilst being in an enclosed space. So I had a fan blowing, trying to keep enough air in here to allow me to clean it up, which is, it's okay. So what we found, whoever applied the varnish the first time round, it is literally coming off in flakes.
We're sanding the ceiling.
The deck head.
The ceiling. Up here.
Yeah, it's got quite a few scratches on it from the bikes. So when things are pushed into here, it just scratches all this stuff. So yeah, it needs another coat of varnish.
But because it's been French polished underneath and not prepped very well before it was varnished, a lot of it's just flaking off over here.
That's what. The funny thing is, you don't need a cabin other than for storage, right?
Yeah.
Like no one comes in here. Classic yachts. Let's talk about classic yachts. Everybody likes to see a classic yacht, right? Everybody loves to see a classic yacht. Who doesn't? Beautiful thing, sailing along, varnished woodwork everywhere. Looks gorgeous, right? So this cabin was varnished over the top of French polish. Whose idea was that? Not ours, that's for sure, right?
Yeah.
That's better. So the reason we've had to do this, if you look at this here, this is a scratch from like the mountain bikes or something coming back in it. But look, this just comes straight off because it's on top of French polish, literally. So every time we put something in here, it just, look. This is what happens to it every time we put something in the cabin. So we decided to sort it out, didn't we?
We did.
So we sanded all of the crappy varnish off the ceiling, which this machine actually weighs in at 36 kilos after you've been holding it above your head for an hour. So we sanded all of this off. I will sand all of the furniture off tomorrow when there is some life back in my arms, and we're running a little fan just trying to suck some of the dust out of here, because obviously while we're working we've got all this closed in. We're actually wearing masks for a change, which I hate wearing, but yeah. How's it going?
Good.
Are you happy with your classic yacht?
Yeah, it's beautiful. We love BA.
We do. I mean, just because we like to come back on board the boat and go, oh, what a lovely boat, as opposed to getting back on it and going, what a lovely yoghurt pot, because that's what a lot of people have to do, right? They get back in their yoghurt pot and go, what a lovely yoghurt pot.
Yeah. But now we're toying with the idea of not reinstalling the shelf.
Yeah, so there was a shelf went across here, and books are a thing of the past, really, aren't they? When you can put thousands of books onto a Kindle, and a Kindle takes up a fraction of space. So we've got dozens of pilot books for the North Atlantic, for the French, the Italian, the Spanish coastlines, and they're all in here on a shelf, and the shelf takes up a lot of space. I'm thinking, why bother? You know, we can bag them up and put them in one of the lockers out the way and not reinstate the shelf. We'll have a think about it and decide what we're going to do.
Okay.
Anyway, why have you stopped? Get on with some work.
I had to stop. I had to angle my torch down so I didn't blind you when I aimed my torch at you. Because unfortunately this is the only light in here. And if we turn off this torch and this torch, it's quite difficult to see what you're actually doing.
It's quite bright in there. It's nice. Nice cabin. Anyway, I'm doing stuff on the pontoon.
Well, get out there.
And then, as you can see, this is what is stored in that cabin. Oh no, copyright music in the background. Get over quick. Now, I have been asked on numerous times where I get my incredibly sarcastic t-shirts from. They're from a company called Forceware. They are owned and operated by UK veterans. We have no sponsorship deal with these people whatsoever. They're not a charity, but they do help ex-armed forces. So head on over to their website, mention our name, and you'll get no discount whatsoever. Thanks. Locked in here on my own. Locked in here to do some cleaning.
What, paint thinners?
Passing out in the cabin. It's been a dream of mine to pass out in the cabin. Getting the old glue off is just the worst job possible. Glue comes off because I cannot put new stuff on top of the old stuff and expect it to stick. So it has to be removed, unfortunately. You washing the windows?
Yeah.
Look at my secret tool stash.
The whole boat is full of tool stashes. Trying to find a staple gun.
Mm-hmm.
Which is never as easy as one would hope. There's one, maybe?
That's the one I want, the piranha one.
Piranha. Now, do those staples fit?
Don't. Gotta keep the staff nice and warm. A few marks in the wood still, but what can you do? Can't spend the rest of my life fixing that, can we?
No, especially when this was just a, let's just very quickly just re-vinyl the cabin.
Yeah.
And we're up to a week later.
Another 5-minute boat job.
A week later, lots of sanding, lots of varnishing, and still the vinyl has not even been touched.
So on a scale of 1 to 10, how good's your varnishing normally?
About a 3. I don't know why I became chief varnisher.
I can't see. It's almost a bit glossy. Is this wet? Oh no, my finger's stuck.
Yeah, it's wet just there actually.
Not a bad job. It just never ends. Boat jobs. We were using these fans to blow air around the boat to get rid of the smell of varnish, and in so doing we managed to break it. Without looking up and dazzling the camera, what's going on?
One of our fans is a bit screwed. It had a loose connection because it kept turning off every so often. as you spun it round on the swivel, because these Cafrano ones swivel on the mount. So yeah, I was just having a look to see if there was an obvious connection issue.
Well, mine's working.
We've only got them all on in January to purely air the cabin because we're messing around.
So you thought you'd take something apart that you don't understand?
Hey, I fixed the last one. I did fix the last one.
Yeah, these fans are actually quite expensive. They're like £120 a piece. So if we can repair it, we will.
Yeah.
Except Nat's maybe not the best person to do it.
Shut up.
Oh, that'll be it. Broken bits. And Nat, bless her. She loves to take things apart.
Yeah.
Don't you?
Okay.
Yeah, you can put it back together now.
Okay.
So I think the problem is those contacts just there. So the fan is able to swivel. And everything lights up, everything works except the motor. And I think those contacts there are the ones that are burned out. So I'm going to try and clean them up. So that, I don't know if you can make that out, but that's the boss for the blade, and that is currently spinning. You can see it.
You can maybe hear it, but we have got the water maker on it.
Water maker's on, so you can't hear a lot really. Yeah, it's working. Fixed it. And after a week of sanding and varnishing, it's time for some relaxation. Where'd you leave the key? Got it.
Your door to the cave open. Coffee beasts.
You seen the runs on your varnish?
Shut up. It's not quite the BMW. Honey.
Kalimera. Got your hair done. New.
Kalimera.
First off, step away from the cakes.
Hey, you can't get milk though. It's your idea.
Step away from the cakes. Join us again next week. We will be carrying on with the cabin refurbishment, doing the vinyl and the electrical sockets that we need to add into the system. Oh, and Nat's on that plane. Oh, I hope she comes back. And once again, a big shout out to our monthly contributors, David, Captain Svetlana, Bill and Liam McKenna. And thank you, Tim Griffin, for a recent contribution. And a really big shout out to our Patreon supporters, Matt Clark, Ian Firth Clark, Michael Barry, sir, thank you. Our new supporter, Miles Povey, Parr, I'm not going to attempt that surname. Thank you all for your help making these videos. And if anyone else out there is interested in helping with the making of these videos, please find the links for Ko-fi and Patreon in the description down below. Thank you for watching. Hopefully we will see you again next week.